Chapter 6, Training and Education. Section 6A, Force Development. 6.1, Enlisted Force Development. Enlisted Force Development is a life cycle approach to developing innovative airmen prepared to accomplish the Air Force mission and lead in a rapidly evolving global environment. While aiming to meet both personal and professional needs, deliberate development is essential throughout an airman's career and is satisfied through education on institutional competencies, training on functional competencies, seeking a varied array of experimental opportunities, and utilizing additional force development tools for continued growth. As developing airmen, it is essential to take full advantage of the abundant opportunities and resources that exist both functionally and institutionally. What is imperative from an enterprise perspective is looking at how airmen progress through their careers to eventually take on operational and strategic leadership positions. Enlisted Development Teams. Enlisted development teams are designed to leverage the development of qualified airmen with the leadership capacity and acculturation necessary to support current and projected mission requirements. Career field managers use enlisted development teams to perform progression and succession planning to place airmen in key leadership and developmental positions based on defined education, training, experience, and performance requirements. Placing the right people in the right place at the right time is imperative. Enlisted Force Development Panel. The Enlisted Force Development Panel is responsible for guiding enlisted force development initiatives. The panel is charged with reviewing, evaluating, and making recommendations to senior Air Force leaders regarding education, training, and experiences impacting enlisted development. Panel members include Commander-Chief Master Sergeants, career field managers, as well as representatives from Air Education Training Command, Air Force Personnel Center, and Headquarters Air Force. Air Force Senior Enlisted Leadership Council. Air Force Senior Enlisted Leadership Council is responsible for addressing deliberate development initiatives for airmen with regard to opportunities for enhanced performance. The council is comprised of Chief Master Sergeants serving in strategic, joint, combined commands, major command chiefs, other senior enlisted leader, and selected advisors. Efforts of the Council aim to evaluate the caliber and performance of enlisted airmen, develop solutions to the highest priority issues and opportunities for airmen and families, counsel and advise the Secretary of the Air Force, the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, and senior Air Force commanders and leaders. Air Force Enlisted Council. The Air Force Enlisted Council is comprised of the current 12 Outstanding Airmen of the Year. With mentorship and oversight of the Air Force Senior Enlisted Leadership Council, the Air Force Enlisted Council serves as enlisted ambassadors for Air Force enlisted recruiting and retention efforts. The Council also actively engages with the Air Force Association, Enlisted Professional Military Education, and various enlisted Air Force organizations. MyVector. MyVector is a total force, experience tracking enterprise solution that supports Air Force development priorities. MyVector is a web-based career planning and force development tool that allows individuals greater transparency into their development and career management. In addition to being the enterprise information technology tool used to support career field managers and development teams, MyVector also offers robust mentoring capabilities. The modern online platform offers configuration, supporting not only the traditional by-name method of requesting a mentor, but also providing a mentor matching capability based on weighted characteristics identified by airmen searching for a mentor. MyVector offers a real-time mentoring plan, discussion forums, a bullet tracker to document accomplishments, and the ability to dialogue online with a mentor. Talent management. Our Air Force culture should attract the right airmen, professionals ready to represent the world's greatest Air Force. Talent management begins with recruiting and is continued through training and education where it is cultivated. The Air Force's ability to continue to respond faster than our adversaries relies on the flexibility and adaptability of our airmen. Not only do we want to be innovators, our nation depends on it. The way we manage talent directly impacts the way we fight and win wars. The system that is designed to manage people must be as inclusive and agile as we expect our airmen to be. Competitive edge. The Air Force as an institution recognized the importance of an innovative, inclusive, and agile work environment for maintaining a competitive edge and being considered an employer of choice for our nation's best and brightest talent. Training and education is steadily growing more aligned with capitalizing on talents of those within the Air Force. Air Force programs are designed to develop, manage, and execute realistic and flexible training and education to produce a highly skilled, motivated force that is capable of carrying out all tasks and functions in support of the Air Force mission. Innovative airmen power the force. To keep pace, we must continually modernize our education and training to be relevant and responsive. The unpredictable landscape we operate in requires the Air Force to continue to revisit, improve, and evolve our personal management processes to ensure we retain our talented airmen. While some initiatives are force-wide and others are more targeted, they all have the same objective: to increase our competitive position for top talent. 6.2 Core Competencies. Core competencies are about big-picture concepts that the Air Force does or is expected to do or know all of the time. Being competent means that a person or organization has the necessary abilities or qualities to perform or function successfully. Core competencies are a key set of abilities or qualities at the heart of the organization's reason for being. For the Air Force, core competencies are those special abilities and qualities we collectively possess that enable us to function successfully and create air power effects. Some core competencies are unique to the Air Force and distinguish us from our sister services, while other core competencies are aligned across the branches of service. Occupational competencies. Occupational competencies are required of all airmen within a specific workforce category or specialty. Occupational competencies describe technical, functional skills, knowledge, abilities, behaviors, and other characteristics needed to perform that function's mission successfully. Institutional competencies. Institutional competencies prepare airmen to operate successfully across the widest array of Air Force tasks and requirements, and to adapt in a constantly changing operational environment. They are broadly applicable and scan all occupations, functions, and organizational levels, placing institutional responsibilities into a context of how individuals should be developed and form the framework for force development in the Air Force. Institutional competencies are observable, measurable patterns of knowledge, skills, abilities, and behaviors needed to perform institutional or occupational functions. The institutional competencies are enduring and encompass leadership attributes the Air Force believes are critical to mission success. 6.3 Occupational Analysis Program. The Air Education and Training Command, Studies and Analysis Squadron, Occupational Analysis Section houses the Air Force Occupational Analysis Program, governed by AFI 36-2623, Occupational Analysis. The purpose of the program is to equip senior leaders and managers of Air Force personnel and education and training programs with objective, fact-based information about Air Force occupations and civilian occupational series. The role of occupational analysis is to conduct occupational studies, develop survey instruments, analyze data collected, and provide actionable Air Force specialty information. As noted in AFPD 36-26, Total Force Development, the Occupational Analysis Program is the singularly unique Air Force entity which collects, analyzes, and reports the job occupational performance factors which are defined, measured, and applied within instructional system development. Consequently, the Occupational Analysis Program is integral to providing an objective and factual orientation for three force development tenets inherent force development: training, utilization, and promotions. Training. Capabilities-based training is used to identify knowledge needed and specific tasks necessitating training to meet job performance requirements. Utilization. Personnel classification and utilization is used to identify tasks performed at each career stage and to validate occupational structures. Promotions. Promotion testing is used to identify operationally relevant content for test development and promoting and retaining the best airmen. Occupational analysis process. Occupational analysis conducts occupational studies on enlisted Air Force specialties on a periodic basis, typically a 3 to 4 year cycle, and upon request if out of cycle. Special studies, such as Officer Air Force Specialties and Civilian Occupational Series, are also conducted upon request. Career field leaders and subject matter experts are key to the process in developing the content of occupational survey instruments. Occupational surveys are administered to all eligible personnel in the targeted specialty or Civilian Occupational Series through direct email, AFNet. Occupational analysis data. Occupational survey results are provided in occupational analysis reports that include information on the duties and responsibilities performed by career field members in the form of task statements and duty areas throughout each stage of their career. Decision makers associated with training programs use the data obtained to establish, validate, adjust, or maintain training relative to Air Force specialties and skill levels, and to support decisions on what type of training is needed, who needs the training, and to what depth the training should be taught. All career field members have pivotal roles with the constructive outcomes of occupational studies. Airmen of a career field being surveyed must devote the necessary time and commitment in completing their assigned occupational surveys. The data collected from each survey participant translates into operationally relevant training programs for their Air Force specialty and fair and reliable promotion tests for their career field under Weighted Airman Promotion System. Occupational analysis serves as an external evaluation mechanism for Air Force education and training programs. Occupational analysis data is used during specialty training requirements, team sessions, and utilization and training workshops to evaluate training requirements for relevancy and efficacy, and to determine if modifications are warranted to their career field education and training plans, development career course content, and the Air Force specialty descriptions of duties, responsibilities, and qualifications. To view career field information and gain valuable insights into the duties and responsibilities of career fields across the Air Force, visit the Occupational Analysis website http://oa.aetc.af.mil. Additional information provided on the website includes job satisfaction information, work-life balance data, and the rationale behind why airmen are re-enlisting or separating from the Air Force.